Did you ever wonder why this Paul guy continues to ignore the fact that he's balding and he's leaving his hairline to get so bad to the point where his follicles can't regrow? This is actually one of the biggest mistakes when it comes to hair loss, is because if you know you have male pattern baldness that runs in your family, the last thing you want to do is ignore the fact that you are losing hair, leaving your follicles to start shrinking, making these very weak hair structures, causing them to fall out very easy. Now, he's already said in multiple interviews that he's just going to go to Turkey and get a hair transplant, and he thinks that's going to be the end-all solution, but that's simply not true. Take, for example, Sebum, who got a hair transplant in Turkey by a top-performing surgeon to the point now where all his hair grafts are falling out, leaving his hairline to look extremely uneven. That's the reason why I don't really suggest hair transplants to my patients unless they're completely bald. Because if your hair is only thinning, it means that there's still some surrounding follicles, which means it can be regrown. Each of our hair follicles has something called the papilla. Now, we want to make sure that papilla is strong, that it's not weak or brittle, because once it starts making very strong hair structures, they tend to last a lot longer. That's the reason why I started including into my practice something a little bit more internal, since most solutions out there are usually topical, is to try something like the Rainbow Nutrients Hair Growth. The reason why it can work so well is because it has something called folate and niacinamide in it, which is going to get that papilla working with your follicles, making that thickness that you're looking for so your hair lasts long. Just a few months ago, I had this young client who came in who was very self-conscious of his hairline, and he told me he was using minoxidil, which was causing him a lot of unwanted side effects that he was very uncomfortable with. I told him to stop using it and try using this for at least a month consistently before coming back to me. He came back a few days ago for a follow-up, and the amount of thickness his hair has gotten to, like especially in the hairline area where he was showing signs of thinning, got me to a point where I didn't even think he needed this at all. I was surprised because when he first came in the waiting room, I honestly didn't even recognize him because of his hair. Now, results may vary from person to person, but it depends how consistent you are with this to actually see some progress. If you're balding or you're noticing signs of a receding hairline, I'm telling you, try out this for a month. I'll leave you a link so you can get one too.